Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Three Dads and a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news, and sometimes Bruins news that you need to know about. So we are here to do it for you. And remember, this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. Now on to the show. I'm one of your hosts, overdue for a haircut, Wabba Plays, alongside the Survivor Court.
I'm trying. I've been sick for a month and I just can't do it anymore. I made the joke last week. Remember, I was like, I probably have COVID. I popped a positive the next day. Like, who are we kidding?
I can't complain. I was sick a few weeks ago on the podcast, but nothing like what you're going through.
I've been literally think about it. I've had pneumonia and now COVID in the span of a month.
Let's go for the hat trick. Let's go. What's next? No, you'll be all right. I believe in you. We're also here with the purple people eater, Pez.
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
It's going. We're here. We made it back. We weren't here last week. Because I know, Court, you were sick. Some of us, I just got off a plane and things are just kind of busy. So we're happy to be hanging out with all of you once again.
I was very pissy about the election. If we're being honest with our audience.
If it makes you feel any better, I thought it was garbage too, but it is what it is. We move on.
I mean, what are you gonna do about it except,
there's nothing you can do. So what I decided to do is the last time this happened, it was just a fiasco and everything was in the media all the time. So I said to my wife, I deleted. She has a CNN app. She has all the news apps. Deleted them all off the TV. I'm like, we're done. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see about it. We don't live in that country. I don't care.
Boom.
Right.
I don't want to hear it. If you say his name, I've muted it on every social media. Oh my God. I don't want anything.
I don't know why these guys in Canada keep calling me.
Well,
he keeps saying it.
I was ready. I woke up at 5:30. I drove to the Tampa airport. I returned my first ever rental car.
Oh, just such a mommy. Wow.
I know, right? By myself. I didn't get lost. I didn't get stolen.
No one yelled at you?
I didn't get swindled. I can't.
Was your wife proud of you?
She wasn't there. I was by myself.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So it was me and my bag and my backpack.
Why were you traveling by yourself?
And then I had my little CPAP baggie.
Natch.
Did you get a permission slip to do this?
Did I? Kind of. I got. So I went to go visit my grandparents. So I just, little 3-day trip. Just hanging out with them, watching Seinfeld. It was great.
Del Boca Vista.
You can get
we did see that episode. No one tells Costanza I can't go to Boca Vista.
You can get an OPG rookie right now for like $10. OPG Premier.
I'm on Card Watch.
OPG Premier.
But
for the people that don't understand, I'll just give away.
Don't give the name away.
Don't give the secrets away.
No, it's fine.
It doesn't make any sense. Wabba and I both collect cards, and people you lose their mind over like Matt Rempe and Lane Hudson, and these guys got like 4 points.
Boobs.
When there's a guy in Vegas, Pavel Dorofeyev, who's going to get 40 goals this year. He's in the top 5 in scoring in the NHL. His Jack Eichel is the same, and both of their cards right now are worth bupkis, and it just doesn't even make any sense.
It's
make the world make sense.
Oof,
the Vegas Golden Knights are literally a wagon. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is the best team." I'm like, "No, if you actually look right now, the Vegas Golden Knights are the best team in the NHL. Like, they're really good."
They have been for forever.
Then my boy Mark Stone went up on the DL.
Again?
Yeah, he's dated.
Is he on LTIR? He's going to be up for 7 months?
Lower body, lads. Lower body.
Nice job, Vegas. Here we go.
That's all right.
Put the play in motion.
Up Doriev or whatever his name is, and I'm just letting it ride. Just letting it ride.
With their record.
Well, Wabba, that one that you're looking at right now, that's 1 day and 2 hours. Maybe I got to heart that.
No, it's not. Oh, no, I got a It's 1 hour for that one.
Give it the old heart ski.
I'm in on it. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I mean, I have to go get some stuff graded anyway. I mean, nothing too crazy. I'm getting my Reggie Miller back soon. I know we're talking about sports cards, which we're going to shift to other cards in a bit. Or not other cards, other games. I got this from a yard sale. I got a Bryce Harper rookie card. You can't see it. It's in really good condition. I put it in the sleeve. I just want to kind of see where it goes. I got a Leo Carlson for $5. And I don't know. I just want to send some stuff there. I've been stocking up on Patra and Lorai Young Guns.
I shouldn't
2?
do that. He just got sent to the minors. How
I
do you
know,
feel
right?
about that, you big loser?
Worst
Hey,
investment ever.
if
No,
you're
he'll be
talking
alright.
about terrible investments, I purchased a PS5 Pro.
Wow. First
Are
off,
you seeing the pixels?
excellent transition.
You're
Secondly,
welcome.
tell us all about it.
So I with my new form of with my new job and such, I wanted to get a lot of distractions out of my office. So I said to Pez and Waba, I'm like, you know what? My Xbox had literally been collecting dust. And I'm going back to being a one console person. I think it's time. I'm really just not playing anything on Xbox. Indiana Jones is the only game that I give a darn about, and it's going to come to PlayStation. At this rate, I think almost any Xbox game is. Plus, I can play them on my PC if I really want to play them, right? So the PS5 Pro, I did not have a pre-order. I wasn't going to get it, but I do have the TV that will show the extra pixels, and I really wanted to play the new Dragon Age. We were able to get a code, and that kind of convinced me to go get the console because GameStop here in Canada was giving an extra $100 as trade in. So I was able to trade in my Xbox Series X. I was able to trade in 3 controllers and a bunch of games, and it only cost me $200 to get the PS5 Pro. So that allowed me to keep a PS5 still in my office for now. But the only drawback was I had to buy my family Dream Light Valley
I
because that
love
was the
that.
only game that was being played on the Xbox because my daughter loved it. So I had to go through the whole talk with her of like, hey, this is what's happening, but I'm gonna buy you this game and it's gonna cost me like $80 because you get all this stuff with it. And I'm like, and then you can start all over again and you can play it and it'll just be as fun. And that's what they're doing. They're having a great time. I will say this. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, which as you both know, I've been loving. I did finish it just recently, so now I can move on to other games. It had a PS5 Pro patch. I had been playing it on my regular PS5. It still looked beautiful. I hooked up my PS5 Pro to my OLED downstairs. I turned on Horizon Remastered, and I was actually in shock on how much smoother the game played. So the frame rate is it's like butter. So the one thing I will say about this, it does have if you don't have the TV or the funds to do it, whatever. If you are someone like me that likes to have the best tech, and if you're a one console person, you're like, I want to have what the best thing it can look like. Just like if you're a PC player and you want to upgrade, you get a new graphics card, you're like, I just want to do it. That's what this is. So when you're playing Dragon Age Veilguard, I played it on the regular PS5 and then I play it on the PS5 Pro. To me, it's night and day difference on how much brighter it looks, how much nicer it looks. But once again, when you're playing a game like Spider-Man or something, we all choose performance mode, right? We would love the fidelity mode, but we choose performance mode. What the PS5 Pro does is it makes it so I don't have to choose anymore. I just choose hey, give me the one with the most frames and the ray tracing and everything. Like we loaded up Spider-Man, the puddles. It sounds stupid, but it's true.
Yeah.
Like you could walk by a puddle and you see Spider-Man's reflection when he's on the side of a, but you still get the frame rates. So you're still not seeing any choppiness. Um, they do this upgrade feature for PS4 games. So if they'll give it like an AI feature and it'll like up it a little bit. I did notice it in the Division. The Division Division 2 is a very old game. Um, it still runs pretty good. Um, there are games that even if they don't have a PS5 Pro patch, I've heard, like a lot of the Atlas games, automatically the game will play better. Any game that has any twitchiness, Call of Duty, it looks and plays better on my PS5 Pro. For me, I've gone back to playing video games in my basement again and not in my office. So it makes sense for me, but I can understand how it's not the thing for everyone. If you don't see any issue with what you currently have and you don't need the best of the best, then you don't need this. But I only did it because I was able to trade in a bunch of things and barely use any money to get it. If I had to spend the money to get it, I wasn't getting it. I'd already been burned by PlayStation this year. I feel buying that PSVR 2 and technically I got almost all my money back when I sold it. But at the same time, I felt burned on that. That was a terrible purchase. I had a PS4 Pro and I thought it was worth it, especially on games like The Last of Us and so on and so forth. And again, I'm gonna go back. Like a game that I'm waiting for to go on sale is Alan Wake 2. I've been dying to play this game. I even debated downloading Control to see how good it would look. Any games that are visually that beautiful, I want to see how good they look in this because you get everything. You get the ray tracing. You get these beautiful looking vistas. You get the draw distance, you get the frame rates. You get 60 frames per second pretty much on every game you get or 120. Like Call of Duty, I'm getting 120 frames. It, it's good. I don't know, man. I know people can complain, but if you're a Sony player and you can get it, then get it. If you're not, like trade in your old PS5 for it, but save up to get there. But if you don't have the TV, there's no point. Like there literally is no point if you don't have the TV that it can do it. And I have an LG. I have the OLED, and it looks beautiful. Like it looks very good.
Yeah, it sounds like it's not like a second console. Like you said, it's like if you're gonna get this, it's your primary and
Yes,
probably only. Because why buy it and then start playing Xbox Game Pass?
but here's the downfall to it. The price is ridiculous. I think the price is a little too much. Mind you, I watched Linus Tech Tips today. He always does the thing where he tries to make the console PC for the same price as the console and make it output. He had a very hard time making a PC without using secondhand parts to make a PS5 Pro. And even then, some of the parts on the PC were good, but like the HDR looked terrible, and he couldn't get that to get there. Um, it doesn't come with a disk drive. So for me, um, I know you guys, you're a physical media person, but for me, as you guys know, I don't have any physical media, so um, it's fine for me. But I do have a bunch of games from PlayStation, like Gran Turismo, that I would love to check out. It's a disc, so for Christmas, I'm gonna ask for the disc drive because that's expensive. It's an extra $60 here in Canada to get a disc drive for it. You also have to buy a stand, but I was able to get one for $10 on Amazon. That's like somebody made it. It's not a PlayStation one. Like it
It's
works.
probably
Like
3D printed. That's smart.
yeah, whatever.
100%.
It's a piece of plastic, so it definitely is 3D printed, but it works. But I will say this: it's quiet, it's not hot. My games look beautiful, and I'm only gonna be playing on PlayStation. So to me, I know now any game I play, it's gonna be the best version of that game I'm playing.
Yeah, when you just said like it doesn't like run hot like that, I was observing with mine. Again, I got it like near launch. Like that was an issue especially when have you tried it vertically as well? Are you
Both.
seeing any issues with it? Because
I
that
have both.
when I had it vertically, it would shut my machine off. And granted, I have it in a corner. It's not super well insulated, but I've had it on horizontal and I've had no issues. So the fact that you can have it whichever way, I think is like it shows like they've actually upgraded the machine. It's not just we're trying to get a new
Oh
SKU so we
yeah,
can charge you more.
I've seen teardowns, and like I've seen reviews, and the people that say the thing is too expensive, they're not wrong. Like that's what I'm saying. I have the luxury of, I have a YouTube channel that I do other things, and I had extra funds, so I'm like, I do the math, and I'm like, this is how much money I've saved up on YouTube money from Bruins Die Hard. So I'm like, okay, well, I have this fun money to play with, and I'm going to do it. I was going to go buy a Pasternak rookie this weekend. I got COVID and I couldn't go to the card show, but that I will do that eventually. I got one that I'm watching right
Next
now.
year.
It's 350 and it's a PSA 9. I think I'm going to take it for 350. I think that's fair. But I don't know. I think the PS5 Pro is good for me, but I wouldn't say it's the right console for everyone. If you're not going out there and getting the new Apple iPhone every year and all that, like, you don't need this. You don't need it. I don't need it, but I could get it and I like it. I would say if you were going to get anything, if you wanted to upgrade your PS5, get the DualSense Edge.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think that is
Yeah.
worth the DualSense Edge is way more. It's worth the money. I think that's the best controller out there for sure.
Yeah. I like it. That's a fair measured review.
That is a fair measured review. I liked it a lot.
I
GG's.
so I don't
GG's in
I
the
think I
chat.
talked about it last time. Maybe I didn't. Have I talked about actually having a Steam Deck?
Yes, multiple
mean, I can.
times.
Yeah,
But it
like
was
I have
mostly
one.
like I bought one and
every
I
episode.
don't know.
Okay, well,
It mostly was like I bought one and I don't know what to do with it, and I'm
Yeah,
bothering
yeah,
Pez and my brother-in-law to help me to like baby walk me through this hand in hand.
we spent like a half an hour on one episode of Pez telling you about all the things to download.
So what happened since
first
then?
off, can we talk to the people, ladies and gentlemen of our wonderful listenership? You may or may not know that we have a Discord, and our Discord has multiple voice chats, some of which you can't see. Waba Plays, the wonderful Waba Plays, if you will message me, and it's always like, "Yo," and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And then he calls me in Discord. I get a Discord call from him, and every message I send back is, "We own a server that we can share screens on. What are you doing?" And then we meet in the Discord server that we own and have been meeting in weekly for like 3 years.
Yeah, that sounds
Continue.
about
Oh,
right.
actually, 4. It's a long
Four,
time.
we're
4
at four.
years. Oh man, it's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I had Pez because both you and my brother-in-law, I basically that's my start. And then I do sometimes I do pack openings on stream. I have a second camera. I did that so he could see what I was looking at. To be fair, I did have to uninstall what I had, but basically I did use it successfully. And I just wanted to share now that I've actually used it. Because I know we were talking about like Cord, you were talking about like, PS5 Pro. It is an expensive piece of hardware. I consider this to be expensive. I did get like the newer one. I can't give you the stats. It's OLED. It was like 500 something. And
I
I'm
got
glad
the OLED 1 terabyte model.
it's honestly it's great. And I'm using it. I used it a lot on my trip. I used it on the airport, which was great, and I've used it at home. Few things I just want to talk about with it. So I mean, I think the emulation's great. Honestly, I am emulating games that I own, so that's nice. It's really cool just to be able to switch. They have save states. You can create virtual memory cards. It's very surprisingly easy once you actually get into it. Adding the ROMs are good. Again, these are all games I own. But using like switching between like that and Steam, I played a lot of TCG Card Simulator. That game slaps. And for the weebs, there is a V Shoujo mod I'm gonna add.
What
So
did you name your store?
shout out to the boys. I did I think Waba's Card Emporium.
That's so lame, dude.
What do you want me to do? Like
Dude,
Bingus Bungus?
I named my card store the Ripping and Tearing Card Emporium.
Dude, you know what mine would be called? Got 'em Need It.
It's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
I've always had the name of a card store in my head, so like since I was a kid, my store would be
Need It?
called Got It Need It.
I love
We need
that.
to make like a sports card store simulator.
There needs to be a mod.
Dude,
so the
right now
framework's
my
already
daughter
there.
and I have been playing Pokemon, the card game on the phone.
Oh yeah.
And she has it on her iPad, and I let her because kids can't, so I let her use the Nintendo account so she can get one,
Mhm.
and then I have one under my Apple account, and then I would put one on my iPad and my Gmail account. So then when we can do trading, we're gonna put all the cards on her account.
Nice.
I love it. Oh, that game is so cool. But yeah, it runs really well. It doesn't get hot. The battery life is actually very good. I think like the buttons and like how the sticks work really good. The only thing I don't love yet is the back pad. You were talking about the DualSense Edge being a game changer. This little paddle thing is such a improvement over everything I've ever used in terms of like a controller. I feel like the back paddles on the Steam Deck are not good. They're
Not
very
good.
flat.
They almost feel like an afterthought because you forget that they're there, because unlike the DualSense Edge, they don't have anything that sticks out.
And it makes it challenging to use. I understand why they didn't from a design standpoint, but I wish there was like a peripheral, and then maybe there is. But I did want to kind of talk about remote play on it. So I've used remote play in my house. It works great. The screen is great. Like it's really experience. And I played like some NHL, like I do like some challenges on the couch. It's really good. I was able to play it in Florida. So hooking up to Wi-Fi, very easy. I was able to set up the whatever it is, the remote play app, and I was able to log into my console. So from here, Boston to Florida, it was pretty cool. Now, when I got in the game, little choppy, both online and offline. So, but from like a offline standpoint, just doing challenges and stuff, really, really good. Sometimes it would time out a little bit or freeze. So, playing single player games, I think, is like really good for it, even over like a connection like that. And granted, it's a home connection; it's not like a hotel, but it's basically like that's a really good travel machine. I know what I'm saying isn't like new information, but for someone who isn't a
Guys,
PC
when did the Steam
person,
Deck come
it's
out?
great.
What?
Like
When did
3
it
years
come out?
ago.
Maybe like 2 years is now.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah.
But I am now. I'm not saying PCs are better, but I'm saying this is an excellent like companion to people who either travel or don't want to be sitting at a computer. If they want to play or like their console, they can play on the couch. It's really cool, and I'm shocked it took me this long to
I'm
get
not.
into it.
You don't listen. That's all.
Oh, that is true. You're right.
I
Yeah, he doesn't
You know what
listen.
I've been
That's
sitting
fair.
on my couch playing while watching football on Sundays? Persona 5 Royale. And it runs beautifully. Beautifully.
I'm so happy.
Beautifully. And I bought P5 Tactics, and I'm gonna play that on the Steam Deck. Like this, I have talked this machine up so much. People in our Discord have bought a Steam Deck because of how I talk about it. Because it is truly, if you
I am
have,
never buying a Steam Deck.
that's okay. You're not, you know,
I'm not a handheld guy at all.
you're not part of my demographic, if you will. This PC nerds.
Yeah.
It is
You
if
can
you have a
You
Steam
can
library.
Suck some RAM, okay?
Yeah, get some
Fine.
dedicated wham.
Oh my god, stop it. If you have a large PC library and you want something just to, and you travel a lot, or you just want something to sit on the couch and play, perfect machine. Again, it's one of those things though, like much like the PS5 Pro. Do you need it? No. If you have the means to get it, go get it.
And I'm excited too because I know sometimes, especially doing what we do, a lot of times where if there's like a review opportunity, sometimes it's on PC, and that's just not my preferred way to play. But I will say, the
You
handheld,
love playing with yourself, though, right?
uh, oh,
Keep going, Clark.
I need an adult. No, but I will say more apt to actually
I
able to
couldn't
use that
help
code on a
myself.
handheld.
It's just you kept talking about playing and then things taking on the road. I'm like, well, I could go
I mean,
really dark here.
it happens to the best of us.
Don't
But
I say no earmuffs are needed? What's going on?
I don't
I
know.
didn't say any bad words.
That's actually true.
You're the one where your head went to the wrong spot, not me.
That's what she said. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but we actually in our review, in Court's review of Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, someone asked, "How's it play on the Steam Deck?" So that's like a big thing in
Oh.
people's minds is like how does it play on that machine? And my guess is it probably runs fine because the original runs fine, but I don't know.
I'm gonna reply to them and say, I don't know, I don't own that game.
Oh my god. You have something else. You know what?
I just like like the Facebook women in like the town groups where it's like, hey, does anyone have a lawnmower I can use? And someone will be like, I don't own a lawnmower. It's like, okay, well, why'd you
Dude,
why-
Facebook
why-
groups are just like anarchy, unlawful, like chaotic evil, just insane.
complaining
stuff.
about trash day? I love it.
Oh god, truly the worst.
But what else has been going on in the past week, either game or nerd related?
Well,
I don't know what's on the thumbnail.
Court has played a little game, an adventure, if you will.
Yeah, I'm
Lego
allowed to talk about it
Horizon
too.
adventure.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I finished that game like a week and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah.
You just powered through that thing, huh?
Um, I powered through that because my daughter wouldn't stop. She wanted to finish that game. It was the first game I think that we've ever played where she's besides like Bluey and stuff where she's like, we're finishing this game.
wow.
So
Wow.
thanks to my friends over at PlayStation Canada, I got an early review copy of the game. And as people listen and I know Pez knows, I play every single Lego genre game that hits consoles. I finish them, I play them all. I actually thoroughly enjoy them. This is a lot different than any Lego game you will ever play. One, it's not made by TT Games. It's not the same company that is always making it. They don't have. It's not puzzle centric. So usually in a Lego game, they take a theme, Harry Potter, Star Wars, whatever you want to do with it, and then they make you build to go through your levels, and you've got to almost play Lego while doing each level, right? This is more Horizon than it is Lego, but at the
Mm,
same time, I don't think it is being made to have kids like my daughter who is 8 to walk away and go, "I wanna go play Horizon Zero Dawn." I don't think that's what it's there for. 1, the game's available on PC and Switch at launch. So it launches this Friday the 15th. You can play it on PC and Switch, which is crazy for a Sony first party game to
yeah.
be launching on Switch. Um, the game looks unbelievably beautiful. The combat is fun. There are difficulty settings. My daughter and I played it on story mode, but there are like you can play it on hard, and it will be like Horizon where you're shooting the machines and having the parts. And that kind of like makes sense when you think about Lego and you think about when you're playing Horizon, when you're shooting the machines and parts fall off. Where you're shooting it, Lego pieces fall off this time. The same way you kill the machines in the Horizon game, the same thing works. Like if you shoot the Watcher right in the face, it's one shot kill. Um, I will say this though, the level design I think could have been better. For me, my daughter didn't notice, but I felt I was just seeing the same thing over and over again. To her, she was seeing it and saying, "Oh my god, like I want to learn how to build Lego and make it look like this because that's how good the levels looked." You still get the tall necks, all that cool stuff from Horizon, but I don't think that's what my daughter cared about. I thought the humor was very good. I've heard from other people they didn't like it. It really makes fun of itself. And that's what Lego games do. And maybe the people that I've talked to, they haven't played Lego games. They make fun of Horizon and what Horizon's all about. The story really isn't much. It's literally the whole pretty much the story again of Horizon Zero Dawn. You're going after Hades, and Hades is the bad guy, and eh, you whatever in the end, and it's over. But they have this mother hub where you can build and do mini games and do these little things and activities there. I didn't care for it. Once again, my daughter thought it was very cool. They do have red bricks like you can always get in a Lego game, but the red bricks don't do anything in Lego Horizon, which is very frustrating. The platinum I do not have. I am one trophy away. It is a grind, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not that person. I'm not a. I don't care. I'm not grinding to get to a platinum. They don't make it so it's naturally able to be occurred like most Sony games while you're playing the game. They make you want to level up each character because you're able to use more than one character. My daughter and I played every single level on co-op. Surprising enough, not one trophy, for playing finishing the game or finishing a level on co-op.
What's
Interesting?
Really?
the second player? Is it just another Aloy in different color?
Nope. No, it's another character from the world of Horizon. So, Varl is one of the ones you start off with, and then you all of them are in there. It's and each character has its own own weapon that it uses and own, powers that it has. The focus is in there. You can use the focus to see other things in Lego, but it was very weird because there are things to build in the levels, but it's not like they help progress the level and they just give you coins. Like it's not like it
Oh.
means anything. And that was one of the things my daughter was like, "Oh, we've got to build it." And my daughter halfway through when we were playing and it took us about just under 7 hours to finish the game.
Hmm.
Um she said to me, she goes, "Well, what's the point?" So for her, she figured out like, well, there's no point. Like she started just zooming through these levels.
Hmm.
There are, like, expeditions you can do so you can do the level again, but that's just so you can grind to level up all the characters to get the platinum, which, once again, not gonna do.
Not
They
doing
have
it.
they have a community board in there that has, like, "Hey, do this, this, and this," and you'll get unlockables from it, but there's no Lego-ness to the game. Yes, you are Lego characters but it doesn't feel like a Lego video game. To me, that bothered me. To my daughter, she loved this game. This is a game that she's still playing. She's still going back and playing. I don't play it with her. But like I said, we played every single level together. If the game is geared towards kids, they did a great job. If this was geared towards adults, which I don't think it is, I would say they're going to have a tough time finding their audience. I saw the reviews for it, but once again, reviews for a kids game, as you guys know, frustrate the living daylights out of me. I was
Right.
reading these reviews. I read them from IGN and all that kind of stuff. The game is geared towards kids. If you don't have kids play it, then I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't think that's the proper review. You don't have to like my opinion on this, but I think that's a garbage review if you've got like Skill Up reviewing this game and doesn't like just come on.
Right.
Like they're like, "Oh, the game is too simple." Yeah, because it's a kid's game.
Right. It's a Lego game. All Lego games are simple
Yes.
by design.
And you should be able to enjoy it as an adult, but you have to kind of like frame it like, you know, we've played plenty of
I don't
games.
know if you should though. I
Maybe not
disagree
all
with
the
that.
time, but I think depending on like the turtle game like we played, is it a little
Yes.
easier? Yeah, but like it's fun.
But that
It's
got
well
reviewed.
voice
That didn't
acted.
review well either because a lot of people came in and they said the game was too simple, and I'm like,
Of
"Well, it's
course it is.
a kid's game."
But it's fun. Like that's the thing. Like why does everything have to be this like super complicated like whatever? Like that's you know, again, I know I've been playing the TCG games, but it's like the games don't have to be tough or like, you know, break your brain or like have all these clues and puzzles
Yeah,
in
but
order
you
to
know
be
what?
fun. You can
People
just
can
play
have.
something
I'm not
fun.
saying their opinions are wrong. I just think when a game is going towards kids, if you want to have a proper review of it, I think it should be a kid reviewing it. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. For this game, if I was going to score it for myself, I would probably give it a 6.57.
Hmm.
That's where I would review it because I felt, there's a lot of doing nothing a lot. I felt that. You're just going from Monster Closet to this to that. And I there was some systems that I didn't like. But for my daughter, she's like an 8, 8.5
Yeah.
for sure. She loves this game. And you know what? That's all that matters.
Right.
Jokes on those websites. My kid can't even read their reviews. So
But it
Kid can't even read.
for the listeners, this is a game you can play with your kid the whole way through. You won't get frustrated because it doesn't matter. There's no collection. There's nothing to collect in the level. It's just go through the level. Just have fun. You don't really die. Remember, it's a Lego game.
Just kind of break
You
apart
fall to
and
pieces and then you
put
just
back
come back.
together. Yeah.
Not a big deal.
And
This is the perfect game to play with your kids.
and 7-8 hours is like perfect time frame for that, like,
We finished.
7 to 11 age
I got
range.
it on the Thursday, and my daughter and I finished it on the Sunday.
Yeah. Perfect. And again, co-op, not like super difficult. So she's not going to be bashing her head against the wall or giving you the controller and being like, can you just do this part, do this part, do this part? And you're like, no.
Nothing that never happened. And now she goes back and plays it by herself.
Yeah. Perfect.
So
But
I would recommend it for anybody who has a kid and they want to play a video game with their kid. I think it's the perfect game.
And it's interesting because we've had this child game review conversation multiple times, and it doesn't make sense to me why outlets don't look at it, why they look at it from the view of a 30-something-year-old.
No,
Right.
dude, half of them are 20-something-year-olds and they're like using the word Ohio and Riz and stuff in sentences.
Wow. Aloy can't
finally.
even riz up Voldemort. Unbelievable.
Sheesh.
Baby
And
Gronk in it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Like, you know, like the Barbie game that, you know, I was able to play with my daughter. Like that game's not like I don't want like an adult I'm not the demographic for it. My daughter is. So why are you're right, like why are these reviews not written with like that target in mind?
Right,
Like
do I care?
puzzles too easy. Of course the puzzles are easy. They're for my
for
daughter who's 5 is a
5-year-olds.
way for her to learn how to play a game. And it's great. Like it's a great experience with her. She had fun like picking up the garbage and me making fun of Lottie. I still hate her. But like
Lottie.
like they don't need to like break it down and be like, well, you know, the music was repetitive. There was like, oh, what? It doesn't matter. Like the kid just wants to play Barbie and like dress him up and, you know, create this island. Like it's fun. Like that's yeah, you're right. I think I'm glad we do what we do. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. So
But we're
my
here.
recommendation
It's up to us.
is if you like the World of Horizon and you've got a kid 12 and under, go get this game. Play it with them, have fun. Without a doubt. I think your kid will also learn how to do combat and stuff in a game. Like now my daughter knows. I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn and she was like, "Can I play?" I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "What's the difference?"
Hesitation.
Yep.
All right.
All right, go kill machines. See how that works out for you. We'll see. She couldn't figure it out, but she knew who Aloy was because of this.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds
So I liked it.
sounds like a good purchase, or
It's a good family fun
yeah. Which is what we're
because
all
it's a
about here.
kids game. I think it's the perfect Switch game. to be totally honest.
It is coming out for the Switch, right?
Yeah, it's
Or
the
it did?
perfect
Yep.
Switch game. It will on Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah, that's when my trophies will pop, and I'll see that I only need one.
Boop, 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 boop. And you'll
You
never
just have
get
your
it.
have your daughter do it.
There you go.
Outsource your trophy grinding.
She's grinding, but she's still doing it. It's just that's a lot of grinding.
There you go. Gotta
Grind, don't
like.
stop.
I
Grind,
remember I heard someone who, when their kids would misbehave, they would like have them like go into RuneScape and do the boring chores.
What's
And
RuneScape?
that it's a game
It's
with
like an
boring chores.
MMORPG or MMO like from like
Yeah.
the 90s or whatever.
Sounds
I've never
terrible.
played it. Never played it. I'm nerdy, but not
you weren't
MMO
there,
nerdy.
man. You weren't there. You didn't see what I
You're
saw.
right. I wasn't there. I was nerdy enough that I did graphic mods for PC NHL games, but I never played MMO
Okay,
games.
hold on. I was also dirty enough to do graphics mods for PC NHL games so that when my players, when they got traded and I couldn't do it in the game or needed to create a player, and was it NHL 95 Pez with Van Beeswick on the front?
Mm-hmm.
That was the best on PC. By the way, the game had like a cap and you couldn't make any more players. So then there was a way to mod it so that you could make the jerseys you wanted and do alternative jerseys and do trades that you wanted to do because the game wouldn't let you do them. So you're just like, well, I'm going to do them this way.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best.
The best.
Hacker man.
Hacker man. I'm in.
EA didn't care. It wasn't always online. They didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, they had no idea. It was great.
The Wild West.
The Wild West.
Any other video game or nerdy things going on this
What
past few
are you
weeks?
guys playing? I'll say this. I've been finishing up the Call of Duty campaign. It is really good.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's exceptional. Probably one
There
of the
is
best.
a level that is like Control.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to give that. I'm gonna have to give
Like
that.
Pez, I'm telling you right
campaign a
now,
go.
this campaign is very good.
I've heard it's very good.
It's very good.
Did they? Is it like linear, or do they say give you a little more freedom and say here are a few objectives to hit? Go do it in whatever order you want.
So you can. There are some levels where like there's a big wide open map. It's more, I would say, Lost Legacy of Uncharted. So it's not linear, but it is linear at point. Does that make sense? Does that sound better?
It does, because like my frame of reference, I remember when I was playing like one of the Battlefields, like not the last one, but it was like okay, like I went from like Hardline and
I keep
Battlefield
forgetting
3
you
and 4,
talk
which
about
I
those
loved.
games that are so bad.
I love them, and then they went to like the one where it's like only online. Well, before that it was like open world, and it's like all right, here are the waypoints, go get them, and I'm like oh, I don't want to.
That
Like
Battlefield
just put me in
5?
this small situation. I might have been 5.
Or
4 was
or
great.
the
I loved
last one.
and I loved Hardline. I loved 3. I think you're right. 5 and
Bad
then
Company is the
6 was
best,
online.
and after Bad Company, they got bad.
I need to play Bad Company on my
Bad
Steam
Company
Deck.
was so good. It was truly one of the best ones.
Waba, I'm going to tell you this right now. Bad Company was one of my favorite games. Don't go back.
No, I'm playing Fight Night Round 2, dude.
It's really bad, Pez. Like it's real bad.
I'm down with playing old game. That's what I do. I'm gonna be playing Gladius on PS2.
Waba, it doesn't even look
I downloaded
good.
Celebrity Deathmatch on PS2.
You would play Bad Company?
You did not. Are you kidding me?
I was Dennis Rodman versus like was
you
Steve
might
Jobs
be
is
the
like
only.
Dude, why don't you get Waba? Why don't you get Hit the Ice?
I downloaded a bunch of hockey games. I got Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey.
Why?
Because I loved it.
Oh my
NHL hits.
Did you finally realize
NFL.
how awful Wayne Gretzky's?
It didn't age well.
It didn't age well when it was released.
Yeah, dude, that game was the worst.
Well, I will say I did put
well.
I did put the goalie. This is my first time ever putting the goalie in with the lowest goals against average, because before I thought higher number meant better goalie, because I didn't actually watch hockey.
Folks, this is what we deal with.
Hold on.
Consistent basis.
I'm gonna say this right now. Waba's saying that he didn't actually watch hockey. He still doesn't.
Yeah, I do. I just go to NHL.
His favorite player on the Bruins is Trent Frederick, and the guy is a bag of pucks this year.
Give me a Trent Frederick, Charlie Coyle, Justin Brazeau line.
Okay,
came
you
in
literally
and was
just mentioned two players, 2 guys. Well, Brazeau's not a bum; he's on the second line. But like Coyle's the third line center now. The guy's got 2 goals and 1 assist.
Yeah, 5.2.
The guy they sent down to the minors had 2 more points than Coyle. But Coyle can't be sent down because he get claimed on waivers.
I love being a bottom 6 forward.
Pride of Weymouth, wherever he's from. Is that where he's from? Weymouth.
Yeah.
Pride of Weymouth.
Everyone knows that because all they say, Charlie Coyle, the mayor of Weymouth. That's like their standard tweet. Ugh. But
Anyway,
yes,
Court, you were
no,
gonna ask us
Call of
something.
Duty. I was asking, well, like what games you've been playing. No.
Oh man, none. Truly
What?
none. Like Persona 5 on the couch.
that's okay.
Call of Duty Zombies.
Dude, I'm telling you, you got to go play that campaign.
Here's the thing with Call of Duty Zombies. I like it a lot, and the boys and I have made it to like level 46-ish. Man, those runs take forever. One like run of zombies, like you want to get to level 40s, you're talking like an hour. Just to get through, you know, what I like about zombies has all the Easter eggs, all this like fun stuff. But man, it can take a lot. It can take a while. And like we'll do a run. We're talking sweaty palms, mom spaghetti, the whole 9 yards. And it's like an hour, and then they're like, all right, you want to run it again? And I'm like, no, dude, I don't. Like, I'm gonna go play something else. I'm gonna go play something else because I just don't want to sit here for 3 hours just shooting zombies down. Because
How
really,
far
like
in the
you get the loop and you're like, yeah, okay, I get it. I like it, but like I'm not in love with it like everyone else is.
Have you played the multiplayer? I liked it. I've been playing the multiplayer. It's good.
I played a bunch of free for all, and I actually really liked it. I usually hate free for all modes, but like and I think I talked about this in our review. Like I really like the movement in it. I like the sliding around, front, back, slide in like 500 directions. I really like it, and I'm a big hardcore playlist guy. You know, 2 shots and you're dead. So it's fun and frustrating at the same time. So it like feels like I'm back in my Modern Warfare 2 jammies back in you know, back in the day. So I got no complaints about it. I think it's fun. I'm not, excuse me, as like hardcore with it like I used to be. Again, back in like Modern Warfare 1 and 2 on the 360. But, you know, sometimes I'll go in for like 45 minutes and have a lark and then pop out.
I could also say for the Division 2 is put out a whole poop load of content again. And I am,
Quote's back, baby.
I looked at my clock on this thing. I am over 700 hours into this game. But you got to remember, this game
like
came
5
out.
years, right?
It came out in the PS4.
Yeah.
Like 2016. I'll look at the release. Hold on.
That, yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Division 2. Keep talking.
But I'm feeling that game. I don't know. Nothing is like grabbing me and holding me in.
I'm wrong. 2019.
19.
Wow.
Nothing released like lately has been like spend all your time playing this game. Yeah. And you know, like Persona 5 has been fun to play. I'm only in Kamoshida's castle, right? Like I'm only still in the beginning.
The best one.
Kamoshida. You know, I jump back into Balatro and I'll play it for like an hour and a half or whatever and be like, okay, moving on to the next one. And like I'll play Enshrouded for like 25 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, I played this. Let's go to the next one. There's nothing like Sea of Thieves. I'm kind of like, they kind of screwed up season 14. So I'm not really invested like I was before. And it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of tough. Like I've actually found myself watching more television and I usually do not watch TV, but like I finally jumped into The Penguin. Incredible. I'm only 3 episodes in. I don't know if you guys have watched it.
The last. I'm on the season finale. I haven't watched it.
Oof, man. I thought I'm only 3 episodes in, so no spoilers. But I thought number one, I was gonna hate that they changed the Penguin's name from Oswald Cobblepot to Oz, basically Oz Cobb, and I don't mind it. I actually like it a lot. They still call him Oswald, like his mother will still call him Oswald, but people just nickname him Oz. And it's a more grounded attempt at making the Penguin than just like this aristocrat gangster. He's more like a Tony Soprano type gangster, and I dig it a lot. I really, really like it, and I'm excited to get back into it. It's really good, really good. And I already have hypotheses, theories, if you will, about what it's setting up in the universe.
Same. Dr. Zaz, dude, he is Dr. Zaz. I don't care what anybody says.
I
He's
think
going to.
I'm only
Yeah,
3
he is.
episodes in, and I already can feel the fingerprints of Long Halloween all over that series.
Oh, for sure, dude.
And that excites me because it is probably my favorite
But there's no
Batman
Batman.
run
But there's no Batman in
in this one. But this will lead into
the next
Batman
movie.
2.
Yeah, but the next Batman 2 has Dr. Freeze in it. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Dr. Freeze in the next Batman because here's my theory on this. Because this Batman, the new Batman is very grounded. It's
Yep.
grounded Batman
Yep.
again, which I love. My guess is Dr. Freeze he's just gonna be a serial killer that pumps people with liquid nitrogen to kill them.
I like that.
Or he uses embalming fluid. One of the two.
Mm.
But like he's just gonna be a straight up serial killer.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, every Batman villain is a serial killer.
Of course.
Oh, dude, because we're talking Batman. Someone in my comments in my Bros Diehards was like, "Nice Batman poster," and I was like, "Thanks." He's like, "I didn't mean it as a good thing." I was like, "No, I knew. I just didn't care."
Like,
It's just
what
like
a stupid thing.
Imagine
to
not
say.
liking Batman.
Nice
Like it's
Batman
cool now.
poster.
And then the one person made fun of the teddy bear that my daughter gave me. I was like, "Yeah, I'll let my daughter know that you're a jerk."
People are dumb online.
Dude, YouTube comments are just
They're
wild
hilarious.
west. I'm glad we don't get any anymore because people are just the meanest.
I've been practicing, dude. I got one on
SOBs out there.
PSN. I had some guy message me in 2022.
You got a mean message?
And then he messaged me again in this recently. He was like, "Oh, EA gave you the win," and you know what? I didn't let it go.
Yes.
So
Love
I've
it.
been watching a lot of Call of Duty streamers. So
Let's
I'm
go,
getting
dude. Let's go.
I'm getting the content. So at first I sent him, Burrs. It's only game. Why you have to be mad? That was 2 years ago. This year, I don't know. I'm not gonna go into in detail, but
I'm sorry. This year, did you play
still
him
talking?
again?
No, I played him. I played him 2 years ago, and then 2 years ago we matched up. So now, and he sent me the same sorry excuse. Like, dude, just because you're sorry at the game doesn't mean EA gave it to me. 2 years, like, I basically
What
No,
you
just-
write is, listen, what you write back to him after he's like, "Oh, EA gave that to you." You say, "It's been 2 years and you
I sent him
still
a-
stink."
I sent him a screenshot.
Take your PlayStation, put it in the microwave, and press popcorn, and do the world a favor.
He said EA. I just want to. But basically, I said if I opened a message and saw the nonsense you said from 2022, I'd be embarrassed to type the same nonsense again. I sent him a screenshot.
Got him. What'd he say?
Then
Nothing.
No, well after that he goes, "You still suck," and I go, "I know, honey. Like I do suck, and you still lost to me." And
Bang.
I said, "I can't wait for you to tell me how EA gave me the game after we match up again next." And I told him we didn't get enough positive reinforcement at home. Don't have to come on the game and tell people they're sorry.
God, you have like the.
Why is he
nicest
coming on the
parents.
game though? That's pretty gross.
No, it's just
Yeah.
this guy's like I don't know. And then like I turned it around. He's like, "Wow, you really have enough time to message people?" Like, brother, you are projecting. But
Brother, ew.
Yeah,
brother.
he's coming on the game and he's projecting on the game. That's
It's
a
just-
lot.
Unbelievable, this guy.
So I can't wait to
Unbelievable. I hope he
match up
doesn't have
with
a
him in
disc
2 more
drive.
years.
It'll render it impossible to use.
So NHL 27, I'm gonna match up with them, and he's gonna be like, "Dude, EA gave you the game. I can't wait. See you in another 2 years."
Speaking of NHL, friends and lovers out there, I believe Baba Plays has a feeling about NHL 25.
Oh yeah, small little rantola. I don't know if folks had saw, but basically they just came out with a new update.
The
And
update is awesome.
the update fair, but what happened after that was people found that some cards that they had gotten from this event. For me, it was Sidney Crosby. I needed a center. Don't judge me. If you upgraded them to 80 below 86, you were unable to upgrade them the whole way, and that path was gone. So people like me seeing that I can only max out an 85, which we didn't want because he didn't have as good of stats. And you found that people who did upgrade him all the way could not downgrade him, which people were banking on to basically do so later. And we weren't told anything. So I saw a lot of threads on Reddit. I saw a lot of posts on Twitter, and we didn't hear anything. Now, they did just do a release, which is what I thought it was, but I wish we just got a little bit of something. I was telling these guys, like, at work, if something goes down, like the IT department just like sends a note. And I know there's like more important things to do, but like this was definitely like a hot button item. especially because if this was there are some people, of course, don't listen to the people, but like there's one camp where it's like, okay, this was an update, they'll fix it the next day, fair. But then like there's the other thing, like what if this card was too good, and they just don't want people to upgrade it anymore because having 88 face off and these stats are too good and like ruins the progression. We don't know, so now you just have a bunch of people just making stuff up and then getting other people all fired up. And then what happened today? It was fixed. And the only thing I just wish there was just a little bit of communication. And that's it. I think it's really easy. I mean, they retweeted the Canucks talking about, hey, you should give this guy 99 hitting, and they did. So they're paying attention. I know they use the website, but like I wish they would just like come out and say, hey, release messed a few things up. We're gonna fix it next next content tomorrow. Like literally that's it. And I feel like that's like one of my challenges with this game is, and we're not gonna go too much into NHL, and I know we've talked about it in the past, but just having a little more communication when able to, because I found out today, I'm not going to talk about it, that there are just some things that happen that can't be, it's not always good timing, and that's fair. But I just wish that they were a little more open with things and even just like acknowledging like different things that are going on. Because right now, I feel like a lot of people in the community, like your average Joe, like me, your average Waba, feel like, they're playing a game they love, and it's just there's like no like back and
Do
forth
you
like I
love it
feel
though,
like
or
there
do
is
you
with
just love to
live
hate it?
service games. No, I
Because
would
like
say
I am still on the content creators around this video game are the absolute scum of the earth to this game.
yes, I
Yet
am.
for some
No.
no, I'm not.
I
There
know, I'm
are
kidding.
so many. You could probably give me the top 10 creators besides Sleeves because he doesn't do it of this game, and every one of their thumbnails is a derogatory towards the game.
I feel like generally I'm more positive on the game because I try to be, because frankly I will say this is my favorite gameplay ever of NHL.
Yes, the
Even when
gameplay
I'm
is
getting
unbelievable.
dunked on like today, like I didn't play well today, but maybe I just suck, whatever. But even like me, like
At
there's
least he
some
knows.
things that I don't love, and like I do try to hold off on negative feedback. Like I don't just like publish it right away. And frankly, oftentimes I don't publish it. But I wish there was a little more communication. And I will say this, and this is kind of like one thing I'm disappointed in. Last year when the new team took over, I have a saved video from them that I was only able to find on their Twitter. Because I recall when they had a sit down interview, it was a community manager and two of the game directors saying, really want to improve the communication. We really want it to be a lot of back and forth.
It was Mike, Ray, and Chris.
We're gonna have a
Yeah.
Discord, and we want to get your feedback. Like the fact that they came out and I have the video saved, like because I don't know. And so far it hasn't been anything like that.
Yeah,
And
there
it's
is
like
no
why?
Discord.
Well, it's like why? I guess I don't understand. Like I'm okay if you want to say there's not gonna be communication. Like it stinks, but like why would you say something that like it's like and just not like follow through on it? And it's not even like something important. It's not like, oh man, we're gonna make a roller skating mode, like, and just you don't have the bandwidth to do it. Like literally, like I feel like in communicating with your community isn't like unreasonable. And I wish there was that, because you have a very invested fan base, maybe a little too invested at times, and I think it would go a long way. End of rant.
And ladies and gentlemen, if that sounds good to you, NHL 25 currently on sale on Amazon for 50% off. Of which, of course, I did buy it. Now all of a sudden, Wob is like, "It's the worst game I've ever played." This sucks.
Use
I
coupon
hate
code
this game.
Wobble Plays for 2% off
That's right. Get 2%
and
off.
better pack luck.
Ooh,
You'll get 76s in your 75 plus packs,
bang,
guaranteed.
bang, guaranteed.
I'm getting Eichel in a week. I don't care. I might be getting Eichel.
I'm actually excited to play NHL because my Chell boys are back, so we'll be rocking the Chell team. Y'all are more than welcome to you.
I don't got time.
Welcome.
I have
join us.
realized with my new job and with my responsibilities at home, I can't. The last year I played a game that I needed to chime into every day to play,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have the bandwidth to do that anymore. The bandwidth I have, I can do Pokemon. I can open my pack first thing in the morning with my daughter,
Natch.
and that's about it, dude.
Get that Charizard, baby. Let's go.
I got it.
You got it? That's it. Shut
Yeah.
it down. You won.
It's
We did it,
easy.
lads. We became Master Pokemon.
I need to get some more Pokemon cards created. Now that I think about it.
Do you also,
Also,
have a
speaking-
Charizard?
I do. I have a
Shadowless?
1999. No, I have a 1999 Shoujo Charizard. I think it graded at a 6.
Bang.
But I was looking at stuff. I've got an E3 promo Pikachu from Nintendo Power that people said is decent. Yeah, we'll get stuff graded. I'll talk about it, and you guys won't know what I'm talking about, but
No,
someone will, and that's what
none.
matters to me.
None whatsoever. If it's
Also,
not a Shadowless Blastoise, I don't want to hear about it.
I think I do have a Shadowless Blastoise.
I think you do
Okay.
have one.
My
I'm not
throat
gonna do
hurts,
that to you.
guys. Like, it
All right.
hurts.
Court's fading. Wrap
okay,
it up.
we're out. Okay, guys, if you had fun, go follow on youtube.com/3dads in the console soon. Grab to us or find us at 3dadspod.com. If you like The Sims, we do have a giveaway going live in the next few days, so make sure to check us out there on the Twitter or whatever they call it. That's it. We'll see you soon. We'll miss you. See you next week. Bye.
Suck it, nerds.
Bye.